Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode here on NRV Outdoors. Today I am way back tucked in the mountains in one of my secret little honey holes that I love to come to occasionally and do a little bit of pond fishing. As you can see, we're here on just a small little pond, but this pond is holding trout, and it holds trout all year round. And backed by high demand during my last pond fishing video, you guys wanted to learn more about bobbers. So in today's video, we're going to be breaking down and explaining tips and techniques to fishing the water bobber. As you can see, I've got one all rigged up here, and all it is a simple sliding bobber with a cork that runs through it. And if you look there, it's got a cavity inside that you can open up and get some water into. And all this is really for is making it so that you can make extremely long casts in lakes and ponds just like this one. And I've got that rigged up with two small beads, as you can see there, just some simple bumper beads that'll slide up and down the line, and they will go all the way up until they hit this bobber stopper here, and that's how you adjust your depth. And then I've got a small split shot weight attached to help it from getting any closer to the lure there. And I've got one of our simple Black Creek bugs rigged up on a 1/32 ounce ball head jig. A very simple technique that catches a ton of fish, especially in lakes and ponds. So let's not waste any time. Let's hop into today's video. We'll fish this thing, we'll catch a few on it, we'll talk about it, and hopefully you guys can start using the same technique in lakes and ponds near you. Alright, so before you bomb out cast number one, you're going to want to set your depth. And you do that by moving your bobber stopper up and down your line. Now I happen to know that this pond goes anywhere from 4 foot all the way down to about 8 or 10 foot. So we're going to start off by fishing this thing right about 3.5 foot underneath that float. So basically what will happen is when I cast it out, my water bobber will rise and it'll hit that stopper there with that bumper bead. It'll allow that lure to settle down there at about 3 foot. And odds are those fish will be suspended today as we've got some beautiful weather. But if you look off in the distance over there, tons of ice is melting off of this lake. So these warmer conditions will bring these fish off the bottom and have them up in the water column feeding the best they can before more cold weather settles in. So we're going to start off at about 3.5 foot. And again, that water bobber will slide up, hit those bumper beads in that bobber stopper, and allow that lure to suspend perfectly in the strike zone. That's really what makes this lure so special. Between the added weight and the ability for that bobber to slide up and down the line, you really can't beat this, and it's something that every one of you who fishes in lakes and ponds needs to have in your tackle box. So let's go ahead and bomb out cast number one. We'll fish around the edge of this pond and we'll just see how many we can catch. Alright, so basically what I like to do with this is bomb it out there to the desired location that you want to fish. And oftentimes in lakes and ponds that don't get a lot of pressure, when that float hits the water, it'll send a little bit of a shock wave underneath the surface, and those fish will spook. I think it's a bird of prey or something coming to get them. So what I like to do is when I bomb that lure out there, I'll give that float time to really let those rings that it creates disappear. Once everything is settled down, I'll just slowly start popping that water bobber along the surface. And what that's going to do is move that lure underneath it just slightly and bring those fish back to you. A lot of times when you're fishing in these big lakes and ponds, it's best to bomb out your lure, let it settle, and then try to get those fish to come back to that lure one at a time. And oftentimes if you get around a big pile of fish, they will start competing and you can really clean house with it. But basically that's all you need to do is get it out there into the strike zone and then just slowly work it back. Nice long cast over there. Really is the most added benefit to throwing the water bobber. And they do come in multiple sizes. You can get them from the size of a normal egg all the way down to very small. I like to go right in the middle. And whenever I'm filling those water bobbers up, I do like to fill them up halfway or more. That way there's not a whole lot of resistance, because if you have a big heavy bobber, kind of like this orange one over here, those fish can really feel that. But when you're throwing the water bobber and it's got water in it, when they pull that bobber down, it's got very minimal resistance, and oftentimes those fish will hold it a little bit longer, allowing you to pick up any slack you may need to and really set that hook hard. Give that lure a couple twitches out there. It is just perfectly in the strike zone. I'm surprised that bobber hasn't went down. This time of year, this pond can be kind of challenging to fish. Those fish have been hit all throughout the year, and oftentimes you've got to really trick them with something very finessey. Oh, there we go, bobber down. Got him. Fish on right there. Feels like a pretty good one. Bring him right across the surface there. Very interesting. Beautiful trout right there, everyone. Right as I was talking about the old water bobber, this one came on over and crushed it for us. Heck yeah, beautiful fish. We'll take them like that all day long, everyone. Let him slide on out of here happy and healthy. There was a little taker. Got him. There we go.
And number 2.
Wow, so cool. This pond is just crystal clear. Beautiful little guy. I mean, absolutely flawless. Oh. There we go. Quick pop loose for this little beauty. We're going to send him right on back on his way. Run up over this old grass. Let him go. Heck yeah, everyone. Pretty awesome stuff. Another nice long cast out there. Right back to the zone where we caught that last one. Unfortunately, it kicked the hook, but we are throwing barbless in here today. We will be doing nothing but catch and release. So it's best to give those fish the utmost opportunity to take off happy and healthy without harming them in any way. I like to keep this resource available for others and for us to come back in the future. Taking care of these fish are the only way to do that. There was a taker. Got him. There we go. Looks like another little beauty. Oh yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Unreal. These fish are gorgeous, everyone. We can grab that old hook, quick pop loose, there we go. Another little beauty. It's got those blue colors to it from living here in this pond. Wow, so gorgeous. There we go, got him. Heck yeah, that is too much fun. Watching that old water bobber disappear down there. And these trout are just hammering that thing. Too much fun. There we go. About the same size. Nothing massive, but the colors are just phenomenal. Calm down, little buddy. Super angry? Wow. So angry. Seeing a little bit of blood on this fish. I'm not sure why. It could be that he was caught and released previously by a dough bait angler. It's typically when you see that blood like that. So we're just going to send him back as quickly as possible here so he can begin his recovery. There we go. Right back in there he goes, happy and healthy. Not sure what that residual blood was from. Again, this pond gets hit by a lot of youth anglers, and maybe they had been hooked down deep, but we're going to check on our rig here. After every fish I recommend it. That water could escape from your lure there, or something that could get jammed up or cracked, so everything looks good. Let's bomb it back out there again. Ooh, he bit it right there. There we go. There we go. Beautiful little guy. Decided to slide out here onto the old dock. There we go. First fish off of it. Another gorgeous little rainbow trout. Pretty one. There he goes. Back in there to join his buddies. Oh, want to come up to look at the bobber right there? Very interesting. Another one. Heck yeah. Found them. Everywhere. They really are. They're right here by my feet too. Yeah. Another pretty one. That one tried to eat my bobber first. He did.
I can't even get the stopper out. That's how hard I put it in there.
Oh, geez. Well, then it shouldn't be taking on water, should it?
No, look. Itty crack.
Daggum. Is that a big one?
I don't know. Can't see it. That's a decent
It looks like it. Man, I just got hammered right there. I wasn't even watching.
Nah, it's not a big one.
No, it's still a good one, though.
Yeah. Better than the ones from over there.
Oh, yeah. Good one.
They came back finally, I guess, huh?
I don't know. I was watching you and checking out what's going on with your bobber there. And all of a sudden, my rod just got jerked out of my hand. Pretty wild stuff right there. Pretty wild stuff indeed. Do you want to? It's a pretty long fish.
Oh, gee. Not really.
And not a whole lot of bugs. Man, he took off like a rocket. Not a whole lot of bugs, I would imagine, this time of year. They're feeding up on, there you go. Feeding up on salamanders and crawfish, I would assume. There we go. There he is. Too much fun. Pretty good little fish. And into the net he goes. Just a quick depth adjustment, and this one right here slammed it.
You went shallower?
I did.
I figured you did.
Yeah, I brought that thing up a little bit, and there's the results. It's the beauty of that water bobber. It's a super quick adjustment. I mean, it only takes a quick moment, and you can work with that as much as you want to between casts. And that it paid off right there. There we go. Another beauty. Give him a quick pop loose. I'll let this little gorgeous rainbow trout go. And I think that will be the very last fish of today's video, everyone. I have had a ton of fun out here breaking down and explaining the water bobber technique, throwing around that tried and true creek bug, and we absolutely slayed them. I don't know how many fish we caught. We started off on that far side, worked our way around here to the dock. We caught fish in every single stop. But if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to smash that like button. And as always, drop me a comment down below. Every comment really does help out the channel, and I do my best to reply to each and every one of them. If you would like to see more videos like this one, explaining different bobber techniques or different pond fishing techniques, be sure to let me know down there in the comments. Get out there if you can, everyone, and do yourself some fishing and have some fun. But most importantly, be safe and tight lines.